This isn't just a game. This is TNT. Welcome to the jungle and welcome to 8 Squad's Thursday Night Throwdown.
Featuring the game's top talent, pick up games where chimps become champions.
Thursday nights 8 to 10 p.m. every week, only on 8 Squad. Catch us live on air on Twitch at twitch.tv/8squador.
All right, here's our first game.
Getting into the match here. You're right, we're getting into that game. We got the cameras. We got the cameras ready. We got the players ready. Both teams setting up. Pretty far spawn here for Orange, unfortunately. So it's going to be a real quick tap for Pink. Real nice defensive setup for them. But with this double shotty that they got going on here, definitely going to be an uphill battle, especially for Reiny right here with that light. If he gets in the wrong spot, he is just dead as the bullets are already flying. Already the engagement with the RPG ready here from Baron, looking to find an angle. Does show that RPG off, but really hasn't found anything yet. Basically no damage taken by anybody so far. Pink still have the high ground and no taps on the vault yet as Reiny looks for the backstab on the side of Orange. Zuki's up the zip line, everyone moving along at the same speed. Has a great sight line here on the side of Pink. Already doing damage. Viper is very low and is right as well. He's right there behind him, but he's getting jumped on by Reiny. Reiny dashing around, doing everything he can, but Viper taking a step away. Still nobody dead. A lot of damage being done, but they just have to step aside, lick their wounds a little bit here. Slow down a bit.
The boundless breakthrough, opening vault 1.
Engagement starting back up here. Varian is chasing hard, but Viper so far away from his team. He's already lost 1, already lost 2. This is Pink finally finding their entry point. Viper goes in, but this is just a suicide push for him now. He's going to wipe so the rest of his team can respawn. And interestingly enough, they actually tapped the vault too. I think that might have been Viper getting a little bit separated from his team. Taps that vault, but just inadvertently gives the possession away to Pink. A little bit of a miscommunication there. The comms not calming.
Absolutely. We have T-Mills on the pike as usual. T-Mills just smacking him with the pike. I know he's pretty good with that thing. That's kind of his main frame, the pike. And you mentioned the other team, Orange team, has double serve at the moment, right? So they're going to have to close that distance on that pike. Sis Horizon could be the map to close that distance too, to be honest.
Yeah, Sis Horizon really does allow you just a lot of options in the way that you approach the fight. You can really force those close angles if you really want to. And they're going to have to do that right now. Viper is pushing in. We see him behind that barricade as the RPG comes out, but Viper's very, very low, has to drop. And Pink is hot on his heels. Nobody has not found him yet, though. Viper has gone down. Aiden is not far behind him as well, as Reiny and Varian pushing directly after them. Zuki looking for some picks as well. 1 down from each team as we have eyes on Orange. They have to find a steal here at some point as Pink licking their wounds. Both teams down 1 player. Aiden regenning, does get a revive, so it's now a 3 versus 2. Zuki gonna bait out this steal. Is he gonna hold on to it? Looks like he is. Drops down. The Nice C4 is gonna delay this for just a second. On the backside, Varian get a defib kill, or defib, not a kill, but a defib, and he's gonna bring him back up. So now it's 3 versus 2. Flipped around the other way, and the steal now has
the winch.
The enemy. And just gonna melt him in half a second. He pulled him down and took himself out. And Zuki is not long after. That's gonna be a second
nice
team like,
kill.
oh, a nice delay.
They're gonna have to make a decision quickly. There's not much time on the cash out at the moment, so Orange having to reset very quick and try to jump on that cash out.
Nice movement from them outside of here. Like you said, they have to find a moment to get in there quickly. Aiden has respawned. He's on the backside. 1 hit, 2 hits, misses both, and doesn't do much damage with them though. And Varian sitting above the point is just waiting for that steal to begin. They have it all the way on the bottom floor in a corner. They use the winch. The goo wall is in place. The RPG is not going to be effective against that goo, but there it is. He gets through the wall, blows him up, and Varian with a triple right there. 2 with the SH12, 2 with the RPG at the same time. That's one of the best RPGs I've ever seen.
Clutching out that first point. See if they're gonna do the same on the second. Just end the game.
Yeah, an unfortunate positioning for them. The walls were held in place, but a DMAT from T-Mills opening up the wall and giving Varian a RPG angle did so much. As Pink are now, Orange are a bit behind now, unable to do anything for the moment.
That's why goo is so essential in the meta at the moment. Because of these D-mats, everybody just going through walls. Timo smacking Viper with the pike. And we getting some trades.
Varian popping off right now in this match. Guy's currently at 6 kills, and he's about to put another notch in his belt. Nice use of the mesh shield, gets him out of there, making that Lewis gun completely useless. And he's now waiting for his team. The teams are set up. It's a 2 versus 1. Gonna take Varian out, pop him. Again, 6 kills for him. 0 deaths on Varian. That's crazy. The guy is a monster.
Varian is popping off indeed in this pug match.
Yeah. Only 1 kill apiece on the entire side of Orange. They're gonna have to find some way to put this together. We know Zuki can do it, so gonna have to find a way into this point. The double, you know, again, kind of seeing why double medium's fallen off a little bit in the pro scene. Not quite as strong as it used to be. The lights has so much utility that he can provide so much scouting.
Yeah, with the sonars and the invis and the dash, Light brings quite a bit to the fight, especially glitches as well, just denying your teammates or the enemy team from using any of their cooldowns.
Yeah. They are about to go for the steal, but the high ground is held by Pink. They prevent the steal. Aiden is very low, is about to go down. Zuki dashing away, trying to stay alive. Meanwhile, his heavy is about to go down. Viper and Aiden both falling. Zuki does get a revive, but here's Riney looking for the kills, looking for one. Does take out one. Zuki by himself has to 1v3 this right now with the Cerberus. Maybe he can. Can he finish this off? Can't even finish off one. The Flames are going to tick out Riney. But that's probably curtains for Orange, unable to put anything on the board in this match. They're gonna have
Orange just struggling to win a single team fight. Pink is looking clinical, taking Orange out with the double serves. They said bring out 2 serves. They could take on 3 serves. Doesn't matter. Bring all the serves in the whole game. We got it.
Dude, they can take it all on. They don't care about the dragons showing up at their door. The
They
Flames.
do not.
They can handle it all.
Living their best lives.
You're right. Bring on the triple serve. Let's see if that does anything. How powerful is it? Power enough to get this steal. They have to go right for it. It drops. It's basically over already. Aiden gets completely melted. The cash box is bouncing all over the place. Finally drops to the floor. Just like any chances of Orange winning that match were dropping drastically. Because that was a bit of a stomping scene.
Absolutely. Quite one-sided. 2-0 on the cash out. Pink just looking clinical. T-Mills.
Oh, yeah.
4 kills. Rennie on a 6 kills. Varian.
Right?
And 7 just carrying, like you said.
Oh, boy. And I tell you what, we got some good matches about to come up as well. I see some hype players in the next channels, in the next queues, so... All right, well, we got heavy, light, medium on both teams. Gremlin and Corbra dropping in this time with Zuki, so a bit of a shakeup there. Not a double Cerberus this time. And Riney and Varian once again on each other's team. Corbra coming in fresh off of a good performance in Pro League. I don't know if that was a joke or if he actually is playing on that scuffed setup.
Oh, he posted that setup, right? I saw that on the chair.
Yeah, if you saw that,
hilarious.
He had like a PlayStation on a chair and what looked like a submarine or some nonsense. Like, I don't know where
Definitely
this guy's playing
a budget
from.
setup.
But he is on the tightest of budgets. So I would be, if you lose to this setup, man, I don't know what to tell you.
He was playing crisscross applesauce on the floor.
Yeah, the chair was taken up by the console for sure. It was no room anywhere for that.
Something like they're taking B on the quick.
He's just running
Orange
with it, man.
getting a clean kill.
Gremlin.
Now down a man, deciding to throw the catch out.
Yeah. Corbra was said, hey, let's go. We're here to get cash outs. Let's go. And Gremlin said, I'm here to die. Let's go do that instead. And ran in, did 0 combat damage, by the way. I'm not sure what Gremlin's running, but being a light, 0 combat damage and completely dead, that's not a good sign. So, you know, fight is taking place, though, as the vault has finally been picked up by Flying Lizard over here. He's going to toss that back up to the roof. Looking for that plug, just at least going to make sure that this fight actually happens, because right now everyone's just kind of avoiding each other. You know, we've had less than 1,000 combat damage in the entire map. Finally, Cobra does something, drops in, but Flying Lizard's going to return a little bit of damage. Pink setting up on the roof, or trying to at least. They're quite disconnected right now. Some damage there from Gremlin. Looks like he is running. What is Gremlin running right now, actually? Would love to know. Looks like he's running the M26 Matter, so he needs to get up in tight, needs to get close, doing some tickle damage with that M26 right now. Just kind of tickle him a little bit, you know? That's 2 down already for Pink. Cobra, the last one left alive, has to somehow evade Varian as he's pushing for him. Varian just going to pick him off with a nice headshot. That shield has to come down sometime, and that's a quick open and shut wipe for Orange.
Absolutely clinical.
Dude,
that's a retake.
Popping off, dude. 3 kills already.
Oh man, somebody check that guy's task manager immediately.
Got the setup. Got it working. With the FAMAS as well. Such a strong weapon right now. I've seen most people that don't go Cerberus go for FCAR, but FAMAS definitely has its place in the meta.
Right, it does have a very tight hip fire spread.
Oh yeah. Expect the jump pad here from Zuki. Gonna set it up. There's the jump pad on top of the goo, but the return jump pad first. Rhiney's in the air. RPG completely whiffs. Doesn't hit a single damn thing. As he tries to do some damage in the return, he's half health, chasing after Zuki, drops to the floor, does finish off one. But at the back end, Evil Flying Lizard has been taken out by Cobra. It's 2 versus 2. No, they finally finish off Gremlin as well. And on the backside, Cobra's gonna get taken down with a nice shot from Varian once again, racking that tally up to 5 kills and an early cash out.
That good hold by Orange right there. Using that counter pad, trading some damage out, and cleaning up house. Textbook plays on Orange.
I tell you what, I haven't seen anybody run the M26 Matter since early season 4, maybe mid-season 5. Like, I know there were some people that were kind of advocating for it. I remember watching Commit play it once or twice at the time. There were some people that went for it, but I haven't seen it in so long, and it's really not impressing me right now. I can't lie.
Absolutely. I've actually seen the Matter in the Pro Hubs qualifier. I believe Cafaneo pulled out the Matter even against Busy's team during the qualifiers. And he's going, you know, doing pretty good with the thing, I would say so.
Yeah. Cafaneo always going to be a real one. Going to do so much.
They managed to get a game from them with the Matter, so, and that's Busy's team. That's like one of the better teams.
Truly, yeah. Team Brick sitting up on currently position number 1 right now. They're not no slouches. They're in first place.
Bricked far and away, huh?
Right. Oh no, man. They could get 4th for the rest of the season and probably still win. Honestly, they could qualify in first place at the playoffs. They're just dominant. Busy been running over people with that minigun, just like right now.
And it just got that buff.
Yeah. Oh my! I'm surprised
they
buffed.
Buff to the minigun.
Little buff, tiny buff, but it does help a little bit. Seen a lot more miniguns now.
Right. You got it's like a spread buff. Zuki taking a lot of damage.
Oh, he doesn't miss with this thing, dude. Very crazy with it. He's hunting, man. That man is on a mission. He's on a mission for blood, looking for Gremlin. Gremlin trying to dodge around with that M26, but he's already losing some health. Gets pushed by Cobra. Finally, Cobra able to push him out, but Variant, nice use of that DMAT, gets around. Meanwhile, on the stairs, some more fights happening. Nobody's down yet so far, as both teams are posturing, looking for an angle in. Gremlin has cornered Flying Lizard. He's down. Variant on the backside is doing his best to pump down Cobra. Cobra on almost no health. He is able to finish off Variant. Variant finally down for the first time in this match. He's only got Riney left, and Riney is down. Cobra on a single HP. Everyone's still alive. Finally turning this around. They're going to get a steal, but can they push this to a third cash out?
That was Variant's first death of like the series today.
Yeah, first series. The man is currently, what is that, 12-1 over 2 games.
Homie is interesting with that FAMAS, huh? Like they got the pyro mines. I do like those that pyro mine skin on the cash out. It's the Holto mine with the sun in it. That thing's cool.
Yeah. No, I love that one. I got that one. I couldn't pass it up. Really pretty. Zuki continuing to sit. They're holding the steal right now, but are there drops left? Does Corporate have anything to drop this? It drops, it jumps on the bounce pad. It's just up and down. Can they get to steal? They're looking for it, but Flying Lizard is just going to suicide on that point. The rest of the team's going to melt in front of this damage. Gremlin, I was roasting the M26 Matter, but he turned around and went 6-4. Satan just completely proved me wrong. I'm sorry. I was not familiar with your game, Gremlin.
I was just saying, you know, Matter, you know, nothing to sneeze at. Nothing to sneeze at. Does he have the dash as well with that thing?
He does have dash, yeah.
Dash Matter is the play.
Yo, that's what really matters in these matches, though. Right?
That's what really matters.
Running the Dark Matter there. It's just getting heavy. He's carrying the team with that right now. Is currently Cobra with 3 kills. Not surprising. Watching a lot of that guy playing on Dark Horse over in the Pro League. They had a fantastic series actually these past 2 play days. Actually, Dark Horse really been impressing me in the Pro League so far. So I'm not surprised to see Cobra playing really, really well.
Cobra has a beam for sure with that controller.
Oh, he's crazy with it. Maybe when he gets back to an actual setup, he'll do even better. Oh, Gremlin just gets melted by Varian. Again, does not miss. There is a revive at the bottom of the stairs, but that's just going to bring Gremlin back with no help. Can he get picked off? He's actually surviving. Varian himself goes down to that Cerberus. Now they're going to show up, try to get around. Flying Lizard just going to get melted once again by Zuki. He's on a 2 streak right now. Can he finish off the 3rd Cobra? Finishing off Varian and Rhiney at the same time. Just going to clear him out, hold on to this. They might be taking this. Bit of a reverse sweep in this match.
Absolutely. Losing that first point, but got the second one. Now looking like they are clutching this final point here.
Still plenty of time left to play, though. About 70 seconds left on this cash out. So we have some time here. Classic Respawn, they're going to have to come in through the front door. A nice defensive setup right now. We see the goo in place. Looks like they don't have a jump pad underneath, but they have that mine with an explosive barrel underneath. So when that drops, it's about to blow up as soon as anybody lands on top of it. Zuki hiding in the corner, waiting for his opportunity to play them. They don't want to get found out, so you notice they're even crouch walking right now, making sure that they can't get spotted. Zuki playing real quiet with it, kind of doing a little ninja action right now. 30 seconds left on the cash out. Eventually, Orange is going to have to push for it. And now they hear movement. They know where they are. Flying Lizard dropped through that vent. Looks to follow them down, but can't find anyone. Again, they've just escaped. It's just ring around the rosy right now. Pocket full of no cash because Orange has to go for a steal eventually. Looking to pick this off. They're going to drop that, but right into the waiting arms of that mine. Can they avoid it? The steal has to start in just a couple seconds, but already Varian is quite low. Flying Lizard trying to do what he can. He has to get on, but he gets melted. Again, that Cerberus doing so much damage. Cobra finishing off a second. Varian, the only one left on his team, but there's no time left. He might have 7 kills, but he's got no cash as this is over.
Absolutely. Pink just hide and seek. You know, with Orange, they're just trying to find them that whole time and just clinical stall, clinical kite from the point. Pink playing that perfectly at the end right there. Flawlessly, I would say.
Dude, and again, my apologies to Gremlin for roasting that Matter. He showed me completely wrong. I'm gonna put my foot all the way in my mouth real quick. If you hold on a second, Satan, I'll let that, make that happen.
I mess with it.
Also, Illit's telling me Illit's saying in the chat, ranked #1 right now as a controller player. If true, that's big.
Stop it! Really?
Really? Yeah, I don't know. I believe him though. I believe him, but that's crazy, man.
Rollers stepping up.
Dude, rollers are terrifying. I tell you what though. At the end of the day, we get to that major. That's where it all, everything's on the table at that point. You're gonna have to we're gonna have a lot of people really putting in the time, putting in the hours to improve. So it's all gonna show when we get to that major. Of course, right now, the only thing that matters is what's happening in front of us, this match. Pink drawing first blood, pushing in, but Hashi just pushes them away with a nicely placed dome shield. Eats up all their damage, but he's already gone, and T-Mill is actually going to pick off Viper on the background. Viper not going to have a chance to do anything. T-Mill's running that pike, as we saw a couple people doing. Seen more pike today than I have in a while, and that's pretty exciting. Been a while, been a minute since I've seen that gun. It's still really good. Get some shots from though Lasagna. The last one left on Pink has to try and survive, but there's no chance. Oh, I thought T-Mill was actually going to go for a defib kill there for a second. That would have been the Chad move.
They still didn't get the tap. They get the tap. It's looking like they might take Church. Church is one of the more difficult points to take, especially when it's up top. Fortunately, it is not up top at the moment, so they might have a solid chance to take this retake here.
Yeah, they have a good shot with this one, especially with that pike. That pike is going to be a brutal.
Oh, yeah. On the Church,
they just
bird's eye view up there.
Interesting.
Yeah, the point's actually been glitching like that on the teleporter.
I've seen that, yeah. It like goes back and forth, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if that was an intentional change they made to nerf that strategy, or if you actually got to grab it now.
Potentially, right.
It's interesting. Of course, the push is happening now. Pink on the rooftop, looks for this jump pad about to show up. Lasagna has that goo in the way. He drops another layer of goo, going to keep getting closer and closer, but they're a little bit too close. The goo isn't really protecting him as much as they need to. Finally, the jump up from Aiden, but Aiden is just down in the blink of an eye, jumped into his doom. The dome shield already out from Lasagna is going to get peppered down in just a second. He's just going to fall in the face of T-Mill's pike. And the only one left down is Viper right now. Drops to the floor, looking to survive, but he's going to get quickly eliminated by BMO. Going to pick up the second of the match for BMO. Currently 4 kills for T-Mills. That pike is just shredding right
now. Yeah, they are. Is that bad? I see it. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, we know those outlines are toggled when you see the specialization they have next to their name. If you don't see that,
I turned it on.
No,
Thank you for that.
Toggled. Yeah. Nice gateway use. Pink getting a little bit closer. Still time to get this. Not sure what that was. Not sure what they got shot. I think that was just a barrel. Holds that in, gonna go for a steal, but they get immediately pushed off. A lot of damage being pushed in as Lasagna is running away. He's already lost 2 members of his team. Very low health. It's getting pushed aggressively by everybody. They threw the kitchen sink at him. And a very quick wipe. Didn't even return any damage. I don't think there was a single point of damage taken on Orange. I mean, it was I don't know, man. You had a little more time than that. You didn't have to all in quite so much for the steal. You had like another 10 seconds. You could have set up a little bit for it.
And like we said, BMO and Hashi do play with each other. Hashi does play medium when they're on the team, but they are teammates, so they do have that little bit of an advantage. They are, on a pro team, so.
I did see Lasagna was running light the other day. Normally runs as medium, but he was running light. They had a medium light setup. Pushing heavily with that mesh shield, but it gets popped by the glitch, dropping onto the floor, so Pink has to reset for a second. Both teams going to reset, find their approach in, but Lasagna pushing very aggressively. RPG does nothing. Dome is down as well. All the utility gone for Pink. Lasagna has to reset, wait for his team to give him some support, wait for them to be there. But on the backside, Viper is going to get caught out very low. We see him getting chased by Hashi. But on the back, Viper is down. T-Mill's picking off a second with that pike. Again, Lasagna, the only one left on his team. He's going to try and avoid death once more. 1 kill, the only kill from Lasagna, and Lasagna is just kind of, his team is just not there. Viper and Aiden just can't figure out what to do against the combined might of BMO and Hashi. And T-Mills is just always there with that pike, just at the great angles.
I may have crashed, by the way.
Unfortunate crashes. I see the disconnect there. It's all right. I'll do like a radio cast for you. I'll let you know what's happening.
I'll be tuning in.
We tuning in. Don't change your dials, guys. We on 105.5 the finals right now as A is getting addressed by Pink. BNG, all the hits, all your favorite players in one place. Don't go anywhere, guys.
Oh, I can reconnect. Nice.
Jump up very aggressively. The RPG has not gone out. Lasagna doing some damage, drops to the floor. Early dome from Hashi uses that utility and doesn't have that. Both teams have used their utility. Looking for his RPG. He does hit one more shot with the SA-12. Does show at the RPG, but actually takes himself out. Does too much damage. BMO is going to take out Aiden for the return, but 2 currently dead on the side of Orange. BMO's the last one left. He's on a sliver of HP. Does do some damage, pushes them away. Lasagna going for a full res. BMO might try to snag his teammate's totem here, but the steal is begun. It's going to get held over there by Viper. He's doing what he can as he's no contestation there. They're going to keep that away. BMO doing what he can. Already finishes off one. He's getting hounded by the second one, though. Finally, Lasagna is going to finish him off. That pesky light is down 2 versus 2 with that stagger. There comes the defib, 3 versus 2. Once again, Orange have to find a way in. T-Mills with the Pike. He's in the close range. That's where the Pike does not excel, however. Has to find a way to get those sight lines. Using the DMAT very nicely to find some aggressive positioning. But BMO still not to respond yet. Has a couple more seconds left before he can do so. Hashi looking for an RPG, looking for that entry frag. They might even just look to go do something. No, they finally found him. Viper in the middle of 3. Looks to just do some damage to get out, but he's been surrounded. Hashi's going to finish him off with the help of BMO, getting that last kill. Now they look for the point. Now they have this man advantage, but Lasagna with the high ground. RPG in the middle doesn't hit enough of them, but Hashi is quite low himself, only on 100 health. Is going to get taken out. No, he is going to get taken out. 1 versus 2. Lasagna, can he hold this off himself? Finishes off 1. Can he finish off the second? Looking for BMO. 1 versus 1. He has no health left, though, but he does delay it long enough. Lasagna, the hero play, put his team on his back. Currently 4-4, but those 4 kills meant all the difference.
Absolutely. Lasagna just holding it down as long as possible right there. Stalling that point, holding this mesh up. Well played by Lasagna.
Yeah, real nice play from him there. Again, we still see people running the that thermal vision. I don't see a lot of that, especially as Invis has fallen out of favor. But BMO still really likes the utility that gives them. I guess it is a lot easier to see people. Although there have been some bugs, I think, lately with the scopes. I'm not sure if that was fixed with scopes not playing well with thermal vision. So I'm not sure if that has been updated or not.
Exactly. Yeah, Roller just nerfed time and time again, being able to have aim assist through smoke. Now they don't. Big RPG.
I'm gonna have time to regen though. Pink haven't been able to lock anyone down. Bit of an early RPG too. Lasagna has to wait now. He's just playing catch up. Early dome from Hashi though. He's getting aggressed by all 3. Gets pushed and immediately wiped. Lasagna following hot on the heels of that kill is looking for his second. He's found T-Mills. SA-12 against Pike, but he has the mesh shield to push aggressively against T-Mills, but T-Mills has gotten out. He's on the roof. Aiden on the backside finishes off BMO. That pesky light finally down. He's the kill leader in this match right now, but T-Mills is going to go for the defib. Does get BMO, but BMO's in a really rough spot right now. That defib is basically just a delayed death. And that's going to be a team wipe and a upcoming steal from the side of Pink. Finally figuring out how to make these fights work. They've had so many lost fights, but all of a sudden, just like last
turning
match, we
things
got that
around.
reverse coming in.
Yep,
Yeah.
they're starting to get that little team synergy going.
Starting to happen.
Took a little bit, a little slow start, but now they are hitting the reels rolling. Orange having one more opportunity, one shot, one opportunity, looking like mom spaghetti on this last point.
They're ready, but my knees are weak. This game keeps going on. I can't handle the tension. The pressure is getting to me. I can't handle it right now. As it drops once, dome goes down, looks for the second drop. There's the DMAT, has pushed him off. The Hashi, very low health. RPG does some damage as well, but he's not yet down. Takes a breather, looks to come back into the fight after his health is up, but on the backside, BMO is down. Still no one dead for the side of Pink. A trade is there. Lasagna finishing off the last member. They're going to pull the reverse sweep and win this. Lasagna finishing off with 8-1. Going to secure his team the victory there. Incredible stuff from Lasagna this match. Aiden and Viper as well. Getting the kills where it was needed. Finished it off 1 and 2 respectively, but kills don't matter if you win.
Lasagna holding it down all the way, potentially IGLing at the end. Well played, man, against BMO and Hashi.
What do you think those
Wow.
What do you think those IGLs sounded like in the chat channel? You know,
They're definitely screaming at each other.
Right. I played. You know, I interviewed Lasagna for the Vault a couple. Or no, sorry, not for the Vault. We interviewed Lasagna for the Ape Squad. Post Jungle Jam interview. Gremlin this time on that Cerberus. All right, it's a double medium once again. Let's see if it goes as well as it did last time. Zuki's the one this time on the light, medium, heavy combination instead of being the one on the double medium. Let's see if he can turn that around. Gonna be a standard issue Monaco right now. Love to see it. Classic map. Will never go out of style. Pink getting early set up on the high ground. I like it too, man. It's a good map. It's a good map. I've never understood the people that don't like this one.
Don't really like the structures too much, but I like this map.
Hey, fair enough. Yeah, elevated. You know, I find them to be the least avoiding. Already up on flat top, taking one out. Warlock on the back foot now. He's going to get melted as well. A quick aggression from
1,
Orange.
2, 3, just like that.
Out. Oh, and the target choice from T-Mills. That was like a pro team. That's like a team that's been playing together for months, man. Like the way that they jumped up, they focused on Warlock and Zuki, who were on top of flat top. But on the other side, they also caught Calcifer. T-Mills knew that his team had him and just looked over and picked off Calcifer in a couple shots with that pike. Really smart play from him, and the sort of heads up thinking that you don't see normally in these sort of pugs. So great stuff from him.
Yeah, T-Mills, that's one of my newer teammates. He's pretty good with the pike.
Dude, he's a real one with it. He's got that aim. We see him just, the pot shots are out there, but the goo is in the way right now. Will we see a jump pad?
Which comes out.
Nice early glitch. Shut down that jump pad. Shut down any aggression. They're just going to sit inside Grandma's house right now. Just camping it. But Zuki's pushing in with that Cerberus. Could set the Scoo on fire as well. Over the walls. But an early dome. They backed out. Just going to waste that utility. Warlock follows behind. Takes some damage. But he's jumped up. He's still half. He still has the opportunity to do some damage. As Zuki looking for some kills. But everyone just left. RPG blows up the wall. Warlock just killed himself. No idea what happened there. Zuki gets winched and taken out during the duration of the sun. Gremlin is down, but he's going to be up in just a second. Did get defibbed. It all started with a completely unforced error there. Let's get a buzzer in here because, man, Warlock just blew himself up. Not sure what happened there, Satan.
Yeah, it looked like he went for the good old Osama bin Laden, and it didn't work. Maybe next time. I don't know.
Maybe next time. You know, try pointing that thing at the other team instead.
Yeah, and that's your feet. Yeah.
I heard it does more damage when you turn it the other direction. You know.
Right. Pretty sure that's how that works. I don't know.
Look, I'm not a weapons expert, but I wouldn't know. All right, ego challenge time. This is all for this. This is for the glory. This ain't for no cash right now. Zuki jumping in, wildly overshoots the high ground. RPG number 2 misses from Warlock, looking to finish off Mills. He's
doesn't
so low,
shoot himself this time.
Oh, he does though. No, he finds him there, but he gets out of dodge. T-Mills able to survive, but they finish off Gremlin. Gremlin gets taken down by Zuki. Looking for the second, gonna pick off Viper, moving up those stairs. Nice delay from him as well. These people continue to live on a sliver of HP, but finally they've locked down the last one. Warlock putting a kill to his name, getting a couple kills, a couple lockdowns. Gremlin does get revived. T-Mills as well on half health. The last one left on his team though, he's gonna get blown up by Zuki. Zuki getting a nice 4 solid kills there. Putting their team on the kill board, even if they're not on the scoreboard. But a nice ego boost from them. They're going to have a chance to get some tempo in this match.
Yeah, actually doesn't shoot himself with the RPG that time. But he still missed, so making improvements, you know.
Right.
Slight adjustments for the better.
Yeah,
on the RPG plays.
Right. Maybe the next one will hit somebody, you know.
Exactly. Exactly.
We're working up to it. When we get an RPG counter on screen, guys, you know. All jokes. I know it's hard in those moments, especially when you got to anticipate that dome showing up. But it's Viper's turn to run that RPG. Can he hit anybody with this one? Looking nice mantling from him. Just up and down on the edge of this building. Looking to find that. But already the Vault's been popped, and it's in control of Gremlin. Gremlin might just run and try to plug it in A. He's out in the open right now. That's not where you want to be. Although, fortunately, Zuki not running the Pike. He has that Cerberus, so a little bit safer out in the open. Calcifer might be able to find him on the backside. Jumping through these buildings. Has an eye on them. No. Playing really smartly. Now, Gremlin does get spotted. He's very low. Has to jump away for just a second. Remember the double medium on Orange right now. It's paying off so far. Calcifer on the backside, pumping out some damage, but Warlock is in on top of them right now, doing some damage with that Lewis gun, trying to finish off Gremlin. Viper and T-Mills both very low, have to back out for a second, but a nice hard angle from Warlock, looking to finish off one, juggling that mesh, keeping himself alive. Already one is down, Gremlin is down, looking for Viper as well. T-Mills is behind, just going to join him in the grave as the final one is there, going to melee him down. Warlock taking the rest of the team out. And Orange going to go ahead and take a back seat as this plug is going to be put in by Pink.
Pink having an opportunity to turn things around. They are down 1 point, one cash out, so they have to win these next two. I do like this cash out in these buildings. You got these 3 buildings connected to each other. A lot of leg room. Got some D-mats going out. Lots of kite potential over here, so very strong defensive point.
Very strong defensive point. It's hard to get onto this point. But Zuki, they don't really have any long range. Warlock does have that Lewis gun. Surprised he didn't set up a little bit more aggressively on that defense. They're just going to kind of back out. A bunch of D-mats are happening right now. Basically, the entire building is open, as this cash out is now in a very open position, a very exposed area of the floor. But Pink playing very smartly. They're not going to get invested, not going to push. They're just going to wait for the steal to actually begin. They're very high as well, really up on top of that building, hoping they can spot anyone. The winch does come out. They're going to have to make a movement now. Steal has begun. Looking for some goo. Going to go ahead and try to block things off, but Zuki is going to jump into 3 and get melted in the blink of an eye. Gremlin as well, trying to do some damage, drops out, looking for the back up the rest of his team. Still nobody else dead after that first one, but Gremlin finishes the 1v1. Nice kill onto Calcifer. That's only Warlock left. He has to pull this out, either wipe right now and let them respawn, or at this point, he has to stay alive. If he gets wiped, it's basically over. His team will not respawn in time. He's on the outside. Nice movement, but he gets winched in. Viper going to smack him down with an elbow to the face. Pull this one out. There is no comeback happening. Orange is going to win this one.
Yeah, Pink not being very attentive to their point. Orange just able to swoop in and take that on the quick and clutch out the rest of the game. Well done by Orange. Gremlin, T-Mills, Viper taking this game home.
Nice play from them.
Absolutely.
I really thought they had
Mills undefeated. Mills undefeated?
He's undefeated. He is? No, Mills is going to win.
I think so. Mills going crazy. Scoreboard don't say too much.
Get that man on your team.
Get that man on your team. Pick him up.
Pick him up, you know.
You need to sign that man.
This man a free agent, you know, because we need him in here.
Exactly. Oh, shout out Waltz on the casting and shout out in the game too. The GOAT. You know, like Lasagna is on the light this time.
Ooh, that's exciting. So yeah, like I said, we saw him on that yesterday. He was running. It was going pretty well for him. I wonder if he's been practicing his light. You know, working on those flex picks.
Yeah, I know Lasagna is a flex. I see him run anything, anytime. Doesn't matter.
Already, T-Mills getting first blood again. T-Mills is just happy when he sees a light. That Pike is going to wreck him. I think that was just a double headshot. Popped that man's head like a tomato. It was not pretty to watch, and now the rest of his team is just sitting in the stairway, hiding, waiting for him to respawn so they can do anything at all. Viper with that RPG. The question is, can he hit anybody with that RPG? RPG's not really working for anybody except Varian so far in today's matches. But they're right on the heels. Here he is, jumping right afterwards. Doesn't hit anything. The mesh shield and the dome shield are going to eat that, but he does winch heavy in there. Derpy Savage going to go down beneath the combined shotguns of Lasagna, Viper, and Aiden. As Lasagna finally back in the match, all three of them following very closely. The vault gets tossed out in the middle of nowhere, but Aiden and Lasagna
good throw, to be honest.
Afterwards. Yeah, very nice throw.
That's a
Delayed
solid
that a lot.
throw.
You got to know when to not push, right? You know, you plug
Gremlin.
that early. Ooh.
Taking out Aiden.
Aiden getting a little too aggressive for his own liking. And wait, Viper? Did Viper threw that?
He absolutely did.
What happened there?
He said, "Take it. You guys can have it."
You got two people are dead, Viper. What are we doing here?
He went to go get the point.
Fair enough. You know, he says, let's get the game. I got studying to do later tonight, guys.
Let's get this going.
I gotta go to sleep. Let's not.
I don't got time for this.
You know, I don't care if you plug it. I'm gonna wipe you guys anyways. You know, doesn't matter.
They do get the reset though.
Full reset. Surprised they didn't drop it out and prevent that.
I don't think they knew they were there.
A lot of I don't know if you call it respect from these teams or cockiness. Maybe a little bit of both.
Just didn't see them.
Maybe.
See Viper come.
Maybe they need glasses. Point getting dropped down. T-Mill's going to have to demat as well to help his team out. Aiden holding that steal, but he's going to get dropped. The RPG doing a lot this time from Derpy Savage. He's going to go down, but it's one down on each team. No, two down. All three down in the blink of an eye. Gremlin, T-Mills, and Derpy Savage, every one of them putting a notch in their belt. Going to quickly wipe the side of Orange. They have one more potential fight in them, but that one did not go well.
Not at all. They got the reset over there at the jump pad spot over there, so they still didn't clutch it out. So looking like one more shot, one more opportunity yet again on this first point.
They'll be hungry for payback. The live wires had better stay sharp.
They wait for it, or they're just going to let it slip? That's the real question. And they
Like
pull
they're
this
going
off.
for a TP, but they opt not to use it.
Looks like, yeah, he tried to get his team there fast, but didn't matter. Going for the classic D-mat through the jump pad. Always done on this point. Dropped 2 levels already. That appears to be the C4 already used. Viper winching it out of position, but the rest of the team is there. RPG again from Derpy Savage does nothing. Holding onto the point. Aiden tries to go for it, but there's no defensive positioning there at all. Viper is going to go down as well. Lasagna, the last one left on his team. There's not enough time to get a steal anyways against 3. He's basically helpless. He's doing what he can, but can't even finish off one. No, he finishes off Gremlin last second. But Lasagna is going to go down. Only 1 kill apiece for the side of Orange as they try to find a way back into this match. I think that was... That's such a hard point to push, though. You know, like Sector 6 over
one of
here.
the more difficult points in the game, for sure.
What do you call
reminds
this
me
area?
of. I call it Hospital.
Hospital?
Because it's like
Okay.
a lot like Hospital from Soul.
Oh, I like that. I've always called it hangar. It just kind of feels like a
Hangar room, right.
airplane hangar almost. You know, like. You know, but I like hospital. Hospital makes sense to me. You know, that's still kind of like that one. Yeah, especially with the being hard to cross that point, you know, like that's a no man, that's a dead man zone right there.
You could always default to just calling it Ezolt, because like
that's true.
Ezolt side,
Ezolt side,
Ezolt mid.
Yeah,
Ezolt has like 2 or 3 places. Actually.
Ezolt far, Ezolt mid, Hotel far, Hotel mid.
Exactly.
I
and
like
then good old Engimo, the one and only.
You got the skyscraper, all on its own.
Right. Ezolt going crazy. They got decent funding over there.
We making up call outs on the fly over here. That's what we
They're
do.
like Nike.
DNT.
Right.
Fight breaking off in earnest. Still no plugs here. Derpy Savage is going crazy with it. Does go down, but he softens him up. Viper taken down, but he does get revived. Gremlin looking to get a pick off, running the XP this time. He's going to dash out, taken down a little bit. No, gets caught by Aiden on the backside. Got away for a second, but runs right into that Cerberus's waiting arms. Going to get a quick steal back, and this time Orange in position now. Looks like they might try to winch this out, actually, with that DMAT winch combo. Can they do it? Looks to pull it out. No, it's a little short, unfortunately. You know, that happens sometimes, you know? It's... You know, it's happened to all of us. It's okay.
One thing that I've figured out recently is you can move cash outs with the lock bolts.
Oh yeah.
You can put the lock bolt on a barrel and just walk the cash out.
Walk that thing like a dog. I love walking.
Exactly.
They did successfully move the cash out, so it's almost off the edge. Could be a good positioning for them. That C4 going to do a lot to drop it. Lasagna looking for a kill, but Gremlin is holding the steal. Where are the D-mats don't hit enough. Aiden missing on his D-mats, but Lasagna is there. Gremlin on only at 2 bars right now, has to get out of dodge, tries to get away, but Aiden finally finishes him off. Gremlin is down. 1 down so far, 3 versus 2 on the side of Orange. They still have control. There goes the D-mat. But Derpy Savage going to finish off 1. Aiden is down. His team has to follow through. Lasagna pushing himself in, but he's just going to melt in the face of those 3. They were all looking at him. It's all on Viper now, and he can't perform. Can they get back up there in time, though? Gremlin with that gateway. Nice gateway. Nice steal. That's curtains.
That will be game.
A little too aggressive there. Just a little bit too much. Team Mills continues to be on a winning streak. Hasn't dropped a match yet.
The live wires just zip their way to victory. Thanks again to our sponsors.
GG.
Dude, crazy stuff from this guy. This man is just popping off right now.
Good old T-Mills.
Derpy Savage as well, putting up 3 kills. Gremlin putting up 5.
Savage.
Good stuff
Solid
from everyone.
Team. Solid team.
That's crazy, man.
Lasagna.
I'm a higher player level than Gremlin. That man puts in less time than I am, and he's still 3 times better than me. So we're looking at this one. Look at Cafaneo's drip. Woo! Busy coming in.
Shout out
with
Busy.
gigantic raid right now. That is insane.
Welcome to the chat.
Let's get a Busy shout out here, guys. That's crazy.
The live wires.
W Busy.
The boundless.
Holy.
We appreciate that. Thank you.
Let's see who prevails.
Got that raid. We're just casting some games here, guys. We got a show. We got a show to put on for you right now. We got some of the TNT Thursday Night Throwdown games. We got a lot of the 8 players in the cord going toe to toe. Sergnal Calcifer, Warlock versus Cafaneo Gremlin and Derpy Savage, taking it down on Sis Horizon. Trading shots across the way. A lot of long-range picks right now. Warlock looks like he's trying to push in those Sergnal aggressing, but Gremlin is there. Went for a bit of a backstab. Already picked Cafaneo, picking off Calcifer, so 1 down on the side of Pink. Gremlin running circles around him, chasing Sergnal down. Can he find him? Goo blocking that off. Looking to chase around each corner, continuing to just block him off with Goo, but he's found him. No more Goo left in the tank. Can he pick him off? Swapping up. Doesn't get that kill. Sergnal gets away this time. Still 3 alive on both teams. Gets that defib, but now Sergnal's exposed. Eats an RPG to the face. Meanwhile, Calcifer did get revived, but he's not no health left. Can he get away? Derpy Savage with that RPG to the face. Calcifer dashing away everything he can. Meanwhile, Cafaneo running a repeater. If my eyes do not deceive me. He's run. Oh, pops him in the ass with that one. Nice play. Good old Pete popping off. Now they have to hold off. 2 above, though. Gremlin running with the vault. Warlock and Sergnal going for that long res. Nice play from them, getting pushed by Derpy Savage. Has a winch on the side of Warlock. But the Peter is just pounding into them right now. 1 shot. Misses the second. Looks for the third. Running that D-mat so he can catch the right angles. 1 shot. Looks for the second. Can he finish him off? Cafaneo. That's a team wipe as well. You know, we were just talking about it. If you hit the shots, the repeater looks pretty good.
Solid. It's all about consistency, though, right? Not too many people are very consistent with the Peter, but Cafaneo proving otherwise. It's basically a model with crits, right?
Right?
With range and crits.
Oh, that's terrifying when you say it that way, though. He's running the iron sights, too. I tell you what, man, I could not make the iron sights work for me, but he's making it work. The shots just keeps pounding him down. Sergnal has to get out of there, hiding in a corner so he can get his health back. There's a gateway, allowing them to drop underneath. Looking to help out his team there, but already all 3 down. Signal, Calcifire, and Warlock all melting in the blink of an eye. No kills at all from them so far. Just a
struggle
shutout
fest against the
now.
Peter.
Yeah.
Light is 2 shots away from being dead with a Peter on the field. So Calcifer having to live his best life long as he can to get in there for his team.
Oh, and Cafaneo set up in the right angle. He knows where they're spawning. He's going to keep them locked down. Calcifer has no invis as well. Dash so good. Looking for that headshot. Cafaneo just keeps pinning them down.
Keeping them at bay.
They can't even move, man. What are they going to do? They might as well just sit there now. This cash out is over. There's no reason to move anywhere. They're low health. Gremlin is pushing in. Gremlin trying to go for a pick. Calcifire is distracted. So now it's on Gremlin to finish off this 1v1. Gremlin looking for this pick, following him up the stairs, but Calcifer goes off the stairs, unable to follow. Gremlin has to plow over those, looking for that finish. But a bit of a lull in the fight. Nobody's down yet. A bit of a reset. Gremlin does have a behind angle, though. Looking to get that backstab, but there's the jump pad.
And those back
Warlock
shots.
moving across. Back shots are there. Cafaneo is quite low as Warlock and Circle are aggressing. They're on the low. It's a 2v2. On the backside, the lights are dueling. Calcifer takes off Gremlin on the backside. 2 versus 2 because there is another trade. Gremlin, both lights are down. Medium versus heavy. A duo matchup right now, but Derpy Savage trying to finish off. Does 1v1. But Cerno finishes off the second as well. Cerno versus Cafaneo. The repeater versus the F car right now. A revive goes on to Gremlin, so he's going to even make sure that he has the advantage right now. But there goes the second defib as well onto Warlock. Heavy versus light. Looking to do some damage in that close range. Cafaneo cannot handle the F car in a 1 versus 1. It's just Gremlin now. Can Sergno pull it out? 5 health left. He knows that he's going for the revive. Ducks away. Has some goo. Blocks off the angles. Might look to hold a close corner. Make sure that Gremlin can't find him. His team has respawned. Calcifer is up as well. Nobody spawned.
To run away, optimal play. Both players are up. Cash out is not tapped yet, so he's looking for the tap and the reset for his team. Derpy Savage coming in as well.
That was a crazy fight, and then they both just decided to let their teams come back in. Lots of coins still left in this match, but Sergnol doesn't want this to slow down at all. He's pushing in aggressively as Cafaneo sitting close to the rest of his team, following along with them. Again, nobody down yet. These fights have been very long, very disconnected, but Calcifer is going to get melted by Gremlin. Gremlin's continuing to hit those shots, but he gets spotted from behind. Already 1 down. Sergnol doing a nice job. So an overhead shot once again, getting pushed right there. Derpy Savage is going to go down in just a second, but no, he actually gets bailed out by his team. Cafaneo once again with that repeater. Cafaneo is 7-2 right now, 4.7 thousand combat score on this man.
Caffeine man going crazy, huh?
He drank that Red Bull before he started playing, that's for sure. Gave him them
that's
wings.
Incredible.
Beautiful shots here from our spectators as well. Shout out to Satan for not only casting, doing a great job of it, but running the spectator cam as well. Multitasking to the extreme right now.
Trying my best.
Another RPG just whiffs completely. These heavies are not respecting their RPGs today. Sergnol has a nice angle from above, but Derpy Savage is there as well. Warlock going to follow his team up. Dome drops. Derpy Savage is quite low, but the wind brings him in and he gets melted. Sergnol trying to stay alive. Unfortunately, he's lost his heavy and his light, so he's just going to call it there. Has to reset, let his team come back up. Cafaneo is on a rampage in this match right now. Continues to just tally up fight after fight after fight. And a solid 2 revives to boot.
Yeah, that Peter proving quite formidable in this comp right now. Just hitting those things. As long as you're consistent with that thing, it can be devastating.
Could we be seeing a bit of practice for maybe a future pro league?
I don't know about that, but
look, I can dream. We were just talking about how we don't see enough variety in the medium weapons.
Right,
Cafaneo brings it out. I mean, hey, people said Busy was crazy for bringing minigun into the pro leagues with the cash out, but then he proved that it was the best option. And minigun is now meta for heavies because it's just so damn good.
Might just
Maybe
see the
Captain
same
is the same.
thing with the
There's the
lever
jump
action.
up. Red barrel hits the wall, doesn't do any damage. The reverse jump pad from the side of orange, but there's already a trade. Cardinal and Cafaneo both down. Cafaneo, the kill leader, is out of the picture right now as Warlock looking to get his kills, misses a winch, but he's now doing 1v1. Derpy Savage wins that. It's all up to Calcifer. He has to survive and somehow win this 1v2 and steal, but he goes down, unable to clutch it out for his team again. Orange taking this fight, and they're about to take this entire match with a 2 cash-out win.
Yeah, the Pink had one shot, one opportunity left on that last point, and their knees were weak. The arms were heavy.
And the Pink team was not ready, I'll tell you what.
They were not ready.
They couldn't handle it. The Mama Spaghetti was all over their shirts. Because they fumbled that ball right there, man. They fumbled that game. They had a couple chances, but dude, Cafaneo,
Shout out
6,000
Caffeine,
combat
man.
support. That's crazy, dude.
With the lever action.
Fucking spaghetti everywhere.
He's a
man.
cowboy.
That mustache, the mustache man.
Versus the Boundless. The tension is at its peak. Brace yourselves.
Yeah, let's keep it going. Keep it going. Let's keep it running. The queues are popping off. The games are going hard. Bit of interesting spawns here from the get-go. Both teams not really spawning near the vault, so they have a chance. Orange going to be on this point to start with Calcifer, Berendi, and Bimo. This is a medium heavy on Pink with Gremlin, Warlock, and Cardinal. No surprising weapons, although Berendi running the Shack 50. Gonna be dunking on some fools today.
Shaq Fitty.
Jack Fitty, the reverse, the jump pad comes up from Warlock. Looks to get his RPG, but again, missing with that thing. Just people up and down. Warlock is gonna get taken down out of the air currently as all the fight is happening up on the roof. Continuing, just spreads with the fight. Berendi is shredding with that fat Shack 50, but it's gonna go down. Gremlin, the only one left alive on Pink, is gonna, tries to take out Bima, almost gets him with that Cerberus, but can't quite finish it off. Orange taking first blood in this match, getting control of that vault, pushing us over to A. Bit of an early plug there. And I tell you, I don't miss the days when you had to wait to plug so the other team would spawn further away. A bit boring to watch, a bit boring to play. Fortunately, we fixed a lot of that. Pink finding their way to move in, but Bimo is behind, has a great angle on them. There's no shield on Warlock, so he's just going to take the damage and has to grin and bear it. But Cardinal's chasing him underneath. Bimo at half. Cardinal looking for that pick, has eyes on him, can't quite finish him off. Does go through the wall, looking to follow him through. Bimo trying to survive, does get taken out. Gremlin finally picking him off, bailing his team out there, and now they're just going to swap places. This could be an easy steal as Orange not able to do anything right now with Bimo down. It looks like Calcifer is going to go for this res. Berendi has a drop with that C4, has an RPG as well. Looks to be looking in, but there's an APS and a dome. He peeks around the corner and decides to just get out of there. He's not going to give his positioning away, especially when that RPG is going to be eaten by an APS. Almost surprised he didn't send it based on how the RPGs we've seen today have gone. Back on the roof. One dead already. Bimo with some nice shots. Going to do that, but on the backside, Berendi taking out Warlock from behind. That's a quick wipe. A reverse steal coming out from Orange. Nice plays.
Able to get those back shots in. Pink looking like they have one more opportunity to take the rest of this point, but they do have to be very quick, very decisive to even have a shot. Not much time at all.
3 seconds left to spawn. The real question now is, where do they spawn and how far away is it? 90-meter spawn, so they have time. They just got to be quick with it. What's their approach point? Using D-mats just to get rid of the scenery around him. Not really the play I'd go for from Cardinal, but he still is able to get onto the point. He has to start the steal right now, though. Gas is on the point. He drops down his APS. He's doing what he can. Berendi on point, defending it with his life. He's doing what he can. He's going to trade. Cardinal takes him down, but that's enough to stall it out and get the cash out. Orange holding strong. Warlock on the high ground, going to pick off Calcifer with a nice kill. It's a 1v1 right now, but Gremlin going to bring Berendi back up. He's unable to get that full res count. Warlock is now by himself. Going to take a quick L and have to reset once again. 3 deaths apiece on the side of pink. Not really finding their stride in this match. Long res coming out from Brendy onto his light
flip, but they weren't able to hold it off. Got the reflip off on orange.
It's hard, man. It's hard, especially, you know, you make those last minute pushes are so hard, especially in 3v3.
Exactly.
Cash out, you got a chance to maybe take somebody by surprise, but not in a 3v3. Casper setting up on Hotel. Looks like it's going to be orange. Somebody tapped the vault, so the vault is currently in play. As Signal looking to do some more damage with that F-car. But Brendy's aggressive. Very push. He's pushing really hard. That winch misses completely from Warlock. He can't do anything, but the dome is down. Meanwhile, Calcifer is getting pushed. He has that XP. But can't do anything with it. Signal's down. Does get a revive. Gremlin is down as well. Signal just barely came back up. He's just going to get melted. Warlock once again gets taken down by the combined might of Brendy and BMO together. They've been working in tandem this entire match. A couple kills there, but that was a really scattered fight. Not sure why they just kind of ran into him like that. They could have been a little bit more careful with their positioning. A little bit more careful with the approach.
Orange does get the plug again. Having a nice spot. I like this cash out over here. This is another area that got changed up a little bit. Not too much. It's basically the same layout as the old Vegas, but a lot cleaner, a lot more leg room.
Yeah, cleaner, some better ledges.
Exactly. Got the zip line here now. It's like a little different.
Long range damage from BMO. Already got some damage down on Signal. The Calcifer has the backstab, looking for some damage. The steel is going to go through. It does get dropped. No, they actually drop off of it. There's the DMAT to bring everyone down. RPG comes out from Warlock, but doesn't do the damage he needs it to. He's going to pay for his life in return. Gremlin is down. Signal gets the defib, back up to a 3v3, but Warlock is half health. Can't do much right now. Has to bail out of there. Signal's going to go down for his insolence, and he's going to get wiped as well with his heavy. That's a full team wipe. Pink again, just walking, just kind of wandering into a bad position, really not bothering to check their angles and could not find anyone. Calcifer just sat there right behind them as they just dematted onto the point, and then they were sitting, they were just sitting ducks.
Pink having a little bit more time than last time to take this point. So they could play it out, but Orange, all they have to do is hide and just knock out the rest of this cash.
This time BMO's on the dome. He has eyes on them. He's going to be just beaming into them. Signal already half health. A bad jump. Oh, that jump pad was so bad too, unfortunately. Did get them on top, so now they're exposed on the ground. Signal's already down. Gremlin's making a run for it. He's going to try to maybe go for the steal. Warlock is long stick in this res. Does have his teammate back up. Smoke on the point. Might have a chance to get this steal in the middle of the smoke, in the middle of the chaos. Signal's going to sit on the point while the chaos is breaking out around him. Actually jumps off it for a second. Looking to finish off Brendy. Warlock does finish off Brendy. BMO is clutching it out for his team, though. Going to take this one down. It was so close. But that's a win for BMO, Brendy, and Calcifer. Again, light, medium, heavy. Just taking it over the double medium.
Thanks for watching.
A double medium can be good, but BMO Brendy, they could not handle the BMO Brendy.
It can be
BBC,
good for sure.
BMO Brendy Kels.
The BBC, amazing from them. BMO Brendy and Calcifer showing us how it's done. And is that a dagger from Calcifer? Okay. Okay. All right. We're in for a treat now. Double melee with a shotty here. All right, all right. Now this is what we like to see. Hold up here. Okay. It is a model, so it is model from Brendy. Dagger, sledge, and repeater for Derpy Savage. Revolver for STN. The Shaq 50 for Warlock. It's the off-meta showdown right now. Got our overheads. Not going to be a lot of long range. The only real long range here is STN with that revolver. Keep an eye on him. He's going to be looking for them beams. Looking for those domes. I want a cap gun skin for the revolver. That would be pretty sick. He has eyes on him, looks for the first nice damage into Busy from range, but he's able to get out of there. Now Busy is on that sledge. You don't really want to get in close range with the sledge. That revolver is not going to do you any favors when you get to that point. Nice movement from Orange.
Calcifer being a little sneaky in the back, trying to get a back shot with the dagger.
Yeah, Calcifer, wait, he might get it. Calcifer looking for that backstab onto SCN. There he is, sneaking up on Derpy Savage. Does he know he's there? Wait, he's so close. He has the chance. They knows they've dropped down. Delaying it slowly. The plug has begun. Brendy and Busy are both down. It's just Calcifer. It's just Calcifer right now. He's been spotted. The repeater is hitting him, using the goo, trying to block things off. Has to get out of here. Survive for a bit. The dagger is so good at defending these cash outs, though. If they turn their backs for a single second and he's in position, he's going to be able to stab them and defend that. We've seen Kale Whale do that so many times. Early plug didn't go the way of Orange, though. Busy and Brendy couldn't survive. Nice movements from Pink, honestly. Mirroring that cash out.
I do want to see Calcifer be a little bit more aggressive with this knife. Try to cause that chaos. Let that team turn so Busy can turn, put in work with the melee.
Especially
that sledge.
He's not playing against like a Cerberus. He's not playing against a Molly. He's playing against a repeater, and he's playing against a Shack 50. He's also playing against a revolver. These are weapons that he can handle. Busy's already quite low. Are they going to drop in? He keeps hitting those shots with the revolver. Brendy's dropped them down, trying to do what he can. Takes out Brendy. Nice shots from STN. Derpy Savage as well, finishing off the repeater with Busy. Swings in with the hammer, takes out one, looks for the overhead smash, trying to finish him off, gets winched in. You don't want to winch in a heavy sledge, what are you doing? Brought him in, Warlock just going to his own doom. A nice defib is there from Derpy Savage, gonna bring up STN, but Calcifer's dueling with him on the high ground with that dagger, trying to do what he can. Busy winching in, STN slaps him down with that sledge again. Derpy Savage just left by himself. Calcifer continues to look for that backstab. But he has to look for a steal now. Everyone's looking this direction. He has to start it right now. They've been focusing on the kills. They've been having fun. Derpy Savage blowing it up. He isn't there in time. He can delay it. Calcifer couldn't get the steal. Nice delay. The fight was just too much fun. They forgot about the actual objective of the game.
Yeah, Busy going crazy with that sledge. Knocking out those two guys. Like you said, kind of tunnel vision there at the end. Weren't able to capture that point.
Oh, Busy, like Superman, drops to the ground. Does get taken out by Warlock. A trade from STN. Brendy going down as well. A quick wipe again for Orange. They've had quite a lot of deaths so far. And I'm sure they're bummed about that one. But not going to lie, that last fight was such a blast to watch. I don't think it even mattered who won that cash out.
Exactly. Watching the sledge just obliterate. He winched the sledge in. I'm not sure if that's the play, buddy.
That's not the play. That's not the play. Don't do that.
Hey, it worked out in the end for him.
The interesting thing about what's really interesting about the dagger play, I don't know if Calcifer's done a lot of play with dagger. He needs to be playing really close to his team. Dagger is a counter weapon. You wait until they get engaged with your team, you sneak up on him. He's not been really playing in a smart way, and some of that is because his team's getting wiped out. Double melee is hard to deal with. Oh, but he almost got the backstab there. Calcifer looking for the first. He looked for two backstabs, but Busy was in there to finish him off after he got distracted. STN did get some kills, but Busy gets wiped as he pushes into Warlock. Goes all down to Brendy, who hits that jump pad and just lets himself get knocked out. Another team wipe. The vault did get tapped, but nobody's on it. So with only 15 seconds left to respawn, Orange is going to have a chance to take another fight before this gets plugged.
Calcifer struggling to get in and make somebody explode. That's the whole idea behind Dagger, too. You want to get in and just make the medium explode, make the heavy explode, do lots of damage on some sneak. But
oh, for sure.
Proving formidable against the Dagger right now.
And there's a lot of people like to focus on dash as the dash through somebody and dagger them. Yeah, that's
exactly.
a tech, but the big thing you want to do with the dash is actually just position yourself. It's all for positioning. It's not for movement. But there he is, Busy. He gets winched in. This time it worked out because STN was there pumping damage into him. He had the rip. Brendy drops in as well. Doesn't even take out one. There's the stab from Calcifer.
There we go. That's what we want to see.
STN.
That's what we want to see.
It didn't do anything, but it was fun to watch.
Fighting for that res.
I mean, honestly, that entire fight was great. They just had to be there at the same time. Busy was a little bit too fast. Brendy wasn't quite there with him. And Calcifer just came in like 5 years after the fight was over.
Right, they do need to synergize a little bit better, and they will be straight. They'll be fine.
Right? They're all individually doing well. Like, they'll be fine just so long as they pay attention to where they need to be.
One
Plenty
more
of time
shot.
left for that, though.
One more opportunity.
They're not going to let this one slip. They're not going to wait. They have their plates held steady. There's not going to be spaghetti anywhere but on their opponent's faces, hopefully. We'll have to see. 50 seconds left on this cash out. Jump pad being set up. A very aggressive push. Busy does have a nice aggression. Does hit with the sledge. Looks for that overhead kill. Does take out STN. Dome shield drop down. He's looking to back up his team. But Calcifer actually picks off Derpy Savage on the backside. Everybody getting their day in the sun. That's one for each of them.
Everybody showed up on that play.
Beautiful stuff from Orange. Decided that they were like, you know what? All right, we messed around. Let's actually do our job now.
Let's lock in.
We locked in. A nice quick pick. I love that. Every one of them getting a kill. Love that we have
Busy taking out his
now.
teammate. STN with the sledge.
Yeah.
They look eager, but the Boundless will want to stay out of their way.
Nice stuff from them. And Calcifer. 2 kills now alongside Brendy.
Starting
Pushing
to
it
get
to a
that
catch
rhythm
out
with the
3.
dagger.
Led them straight to the
Definitely an unconventional weapon. You got to get that, you
Right.
know, dagger
You-
rhythm.
Big shout out to all these players for picking some fun weapons this match, you know. Picking some stuff that we don't normally see. STN been rocking that revolver. Love seeing Brendy back on the model a little bit. Oh!
Calcifer. They said
What
not
was
this
that,
time.
dude?
Not today.
Oh my god, dude. Clint Eastwood out here. The man just fanned the hammer and brought him down. It's all down to Busy now. STN is on. He's gonna... Warlock stole the wipe from him. That was STN all day, but Warlock said, I want at least one. Could you save table scraps for me? Just let me get a single kill, please. Oh, I like this play. They're not going to take it to B. They don't want to be out in the open. They want to get to D, where it's a little bit more inside. They can actually play those angles. Although,
B
not
could
gonna lie,
be good
against
against
the dagger
double
and a
melee.
sledge,
Right.
Would you probably should have gone B? Are they just playing for content? You know?
They'd better brace for the aftermath.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad about it. Or do they think they spawn fast enough? Could be any number of things. Regardless, we're gonna have one more fight. Gateway getting set up. Nice placement there from Calcifer. Gonna get his team into position. Now they're on top of the point. Busy looking for that entry frag. Calcifer right behind him. They're dropping down. Dome is already out for Orange. Busy following, looking for that winch. The range buff on that winch claw is going to give him the opportunity to actually grab somebody if they show their face for just a second. A full-on retreat, but he does get one. A winch back and
Counter
forth.
winch.
Actually, the double winch doesn't do any damage out. He's unable to finish off anything. Brendy pushing in is going to get jumped on. STN dueling with him one-on-one right now. The model cannot do enough. Does get that revive. Busy on half health. His teammate is fully down. Nobody's there. Going to get winched in once again, but he can't do anything. Derpy Savage.
Winch.
That is the way to go. Yeah, he winches again. Just winch him right back. I tell you what, this is something that I've become accustomed to. Every time I play Sledge on stream, I'll have Average Man, one of the best Goose Sledge heavies in EU, comes in and says, Waltz, why are you using the right click so much? You don't need it. It's not actually as useful as you think it is. Busy, I'd love to see him hit more of those. Got to hit some of those left click slap. You know, it does so much damage. You can pretty much wipe out a medium with 2 left clicks. You get too focused on that overhead, you know? What a spawn. Oh, what an unfortunate spawn for Pink. They have to play catch-up now. A quick DMAT brings them back onto the point, but it's all the way outside. Dome shield goes down. Derpy pushing in, does get a winch. Delays it for just a second, but they're pushing in melee range with Busy. The sledgehammer is going to town. He's beating up 2 of them. Warlock by himself has to delay this. He can't do it. Brendy with the 2-piece gonna take it. Finish off the team wipe, and Busy seals the deal. The double melee stack is going to take this one. They're going to successfully get the win with that second cash out.
That's crazy. I was not expecting that at all at the end right there.
Oh my god, you do not.
Use that dumb dome, baiting them in.
Oh my goodness.
Sledged them out.
You can't go melee against the sledge, man. You can't go close quarters. It's just a recipe for disaster.
Exactly.
What a game,
Able
dude.
to
What a
clutch
game.
that out. Locked it in for the
Holy.
last 2 points.
Matters. Watch closely.
What do we got here? Anything interesting? We got Zuki with the FAMAS, BMO with that XP, Shaq 50, STN running that revolver.
Interesting spawns.
Yeah, very interesting spawn. These are not standard spawns, I think. Maybe did they change those recently? That's a weird. These are weird spawns, man. What's happening?
Absolutely.
BMO with the damage from range. XP versus LH1 is going to be an interesting matchup here. Oh my gosh. So much damage from BMO. Calcifer is just going to get out of there, drops to the floor, leaves a glitch grenade behind him. But BMO is on the hunt for blood. Knocks that zip down. He's on the roof. Rest of Orange is just going to reset. Nobody's even tapped the vault yet, as Zuki and Brendy are holding the high ground. There's the tap. Vaults begin. At this point, it's in, you know, unless we want to sit here for 19 minutes, one of these teams is now going to decide. It's on Pink to decide where they want to go, and Orange is just going to mirror their matchups. That's what's going to happen right now, as Calcifer taking them long-range pit shots. Running that, I think that's the... Is that the Adder site or the Looking Glass site? I'm still coming up with the names. I can't remember which that one is, but I do like that site. It's quite a nice one.
The one with the green red dot,
Yeah, a
right?
little green in there.
Yeah, that's a slight one. It's all right.
Calcifer with some nice angles.
Taken
Assisting
out.
on Zuki, taking out one already. Leaving Brendy up by himself, very separated from the rest of his team, as on the ground, Calcifer fighting BMO 1 versus 1 with the light. Calcifer takes him out with a headshot with that LH1, as back on the high ground, SCN and losing the 1v1 against Brendy, but Brendy, by himself, grabbing a totem, is getting chased by Calcifer once again. Doesn't look like they're going to do anything. STN going to grab this box, look to plug it as Brendy gets that full res. And the rest of Orange is ducking away, going to go ahead and plug this over at the estate, up in the attic. Calcifer with that LH1 is going to be able to hold down these sight lines. Really keep them from moving anywhere unless they want to bring in a gateway play. Has his own gateway. How are Pink going to approach this?
This is one of the more difficult points to push on this map. Very strong defensive point here.
Oh,
On
it's
this
so
roof,
strong.
lots of LOS, lots of angles.
We see BMO making that push, trying to get his team in, probably has a gateway prepped, but Calcifer readying his own glitch grenade, trying to keep that, if whatever gateway goes down, hoping he can block it out, but he goes down. BMO picks him out. That's going to be a huge opening for his team to push in. STN drops from behind, looking to backstab them with that damage, but Warlock on the high ground they're not even going for the revive. It's just Warlock and STN dropping to the floor, resetting the positioning. STN finally on top, but no, BMO again with the double. Gonna finish off STN as he looks to get that revive. Warlock gonna get just
Huge
berserked
pick
by the rest of the
by
team.
BMO.
Oh my
Picking
gosh.
off Calcifer on the roof.
Dude, he blew that fight wide open. It was such a good defensive position, but Calcifer just, I knew I can understand why he kept shooting. He was like, if I just hit 2 headshots, it's over. But he stuck around too long. Just back out. He wouldn't have lost. It would have been an easy fight. He just regens, but instead he goes down. STN and Warlock a little bit disconnected in the way they approach that. Couldn't do anything. Very aggressive push right now. Another jump pad. STN in the building already, followed up closely by his team. There's not a lot of time left. Like you said, they have to go for a steal. The dome's already been dropped down, but it's not very close. A DMAT is a very wide open position. A jump pad rolled in between Warlock and the cash out and prevented and blocked his line of sight. I've never seen that before. What am I watching? That was so funny.
Lots of chaos at the end right there.
The cash out, Warlock's holding the steal, trying to go for it, and a jump pad rolls through the screen on its side like a wheel. blocks his sight line and pushes him away from the cash out so he couldn't keep stealing. Crazy stuff.
Looking like they're opting to go B here, BMO getting heavy rotation. Orange jumping in, preventing it potentially.
Already both RPGs used for both teams. Warlock does get that winch in. Brendy's melted in the front of that SA-12 as Orange up a man does get the steal on that vault, and they're able to plug it, so they have the advantage right now as BMO and Brendy looking to reset this fight, find their way back in, hopefully get a steal. Can Zuki get this revive as well? Grabs the totem, running for the hills. Does have a defib as well. Calcifer gonna go down by BMO, doing his, again, getting that entry pick. Can he hold on to it this time? Brendy with that winch. He has the shield up. Zuki gets winched in, but there's nobody dead so far. Brendy is surviving on so little HP, just melees in there, and the rest of Orange go down. A huge wipe from them. BMO, again, getting that entry pick on Calcifer. Calcifer is just, he's just missing a couple crucial shots, and we see why the XP is a more, you know, a more chosen pick for a lot of people. It's just a little bit of
especially
flexibility.
at these ranges. Yeah, especially
Right?
at these ranges. Yeah, XP is definitely going to shine over that LH1. Orange having to be very quick. They have decent amount of time. Taking a jump pad. Casper taking a lot of damage. BMO one shot.
Oh,
BMO getting
so
beamed.
Can he survive, though? He can't get away! Warlock uses an entire RPG to take him out. It's like using a nuke for a mosquito, but at least he's dead right now. Currently, Calcifer dropping down there, trying to find the rest of them. They knew there was going to be a jump pad underneath as well. Nice, smart positioning from them. Is there C4 on the point? There's the C4. It's dropped to the ground. Glitch grenade as well. Brendy looking for that entry with his own. Dome shield on the ground, has an RPG, shoots it out, but doesn't do a lot of damage. But STN pushing in, gets shredded. The winch does come in. Warlock has finished off one, looking for the second. It's 2v1. Zuki using the goo to slow things down. He's getting chased up the stairs. Can he survive? He's on solo health again. The goo slowing things down. Warlock going for the steal. He has a couple seconds left, but now Zuki drops back down. Defends the steal again. Calcifer has a chance. Looks for the steal, but here goes BMO again, finishing it off. Gonna clutch that out. The last one left, and that is it. Pink taking
Zuki
game number 2.
stopping that last point, last second. Zuki with a play and a half, able to secure the win for his team. BMO coming in with the coin and just wow.
Oh, that was
by Zuki.
crazy. That was
Zuki's
actually
went
so
crazy.
close. Dude, all right. I think we are doing, if we can get a Q, we're going to do one more, and that's it for the night. So let's make it a good one, guys. Let's see if we got a Q popping for us. Brendy.
That's what we're waiting on.
Not running the whole Test Finest strip this time. Is he going to switch his outfit? Who knows? Love the tattoos, though.
Pulling
Running
out the
double
model.
medium.
All the shotguns in the game.
Looks like a Cerberus for STN, but the model for Brendy. Going back to that model again. Brendy
Every
running
shotgun.
model even before people knew it was OP. Been running that model for a long time.
OG model user. Model enjoyer.
Get those outlines there. And we're into our final game of the night, guys. If you're in chat, let us know how you've been enjoying the night. Go ahead and sound off a little bit. Pump up those stats a little bit. Thank you for tuning by. And again, tune in next week as well for the next Thursday Night Throwdown. Back on Vegas. Love watching Vegas. Spawn's going to open up the roof with the barrel just sitting there. RPG does go down. Doesn't hit anything. Warlock a little bit too, or Derp Savage a little bit too trigger happy with that RPG. The D-mats are going down, but they're going for the backstab. STN and the rest of his team looking to do what they can. Derpy Savage is getting surrounded. He's getting pelted down. Does finish off Brendy. They now at least have a trade. Pushing into Warlock. Warlock is now has to have his shield up. But Dutch nice vault drops back up and picks him off. Derpy Savage as he goes back. Looks like STN holding for a long res. Somehow gets the long res. Not sure how he managed to get that around the corner. And that's a turnaround. STN.
Yeah, gets spawns with the mine play right there.
Ooh.
Spawn tried to swing and then hit a mine. That was a good mine right there.
Yeah, STN running explosive mine and gas mines right now. He's running a double mine.
Probably good considering they got 3 shotguns. They have to be in their face, so you can control space with mines.
God, it's just gross. What is this guy doing running meta? You know, double mines. I mean, come on. You know, it's like we see this every day. You know. Oh, if only. If only.
Like they're going for a pad play.
Yeah, classic pad play.
You gotta be very aggressive with these shotguns.
Double shotguns, though. Oh, already STN gets melted. The Spawn's going from kill to kill. Second one down. Warlock gets melted. Brendy, the only one left on his team. Those DMAT plays are so aggressive, but when you have double shotguns, what are you gonna do when you're in the air? You're just sitting ducks.
Exactly, and the Spawn's good at tracking with XP, making people explode as a pad.
Still defensive though. This is where those mines come in handy, right? Because now he has basically other people to help him out.
Spawn's hitting a mine.
Gonna demat it down. There's the demat, drops it down, prevents the steal. There's a jump pad underneath as well. Keeps bringing this up. The rest of Brendy's team is now spawned in. Who is down to block off the sight lines, but Brendy dueling with Spawns on the high ground, picks him off. The steal does go through, but STN is going to wipe out Zuki as well. It's only Derpy Savage. They may have gotten the steal, but they're about to pay with it with their lives.
Brendy popped off right there.
Dude,
able to kite away and stall by himself, allowing his team to coin in and clutch the rest of the point. That was really good. Well played by Brendy. By himself.
This guy's been on top of the top of the pro scene since it started. So consistent with his play. So heads up. Using that brain.
Brendy.
Man out here looking like Megamind. Brain the size of a planet.
The Spawns couldn't be aggressive because he hit a mine. He had to kind of kite away and get his regen. Mine's proving helping his composition. Yeah, like I said, taking space. Mines take space. Models and shotguns. You need to have that space controlled.
Yeah, it's all about the space control for Orange team right here. Meanwhile, on Pink, they're kind of playing more traditionally. They want that range. Spawns with that XP, trying to do just keep those sight lines open, but that's exactly what Orange don't want. Derpy Savage drops his dome. A very early dome for him. Again, the RPG is out there looking to hit somebody with it, but his team is already getting very, very low. Spawn's going to get taken out. No, Spawn's actually getting STN on the backside, but there's a quick revive. Everyone's still up. Another revive from both teams, but they're very, very low. Derpy Savage half health on the backside. Spawns is doing so much damage from range as well. And Warlock does take out Derpy Savage. Another revive. Spawns taking out Warlock as well. The heavy down. Just STN left. Can he do anything? He's going to get surrounded. This time it's Pink striking back. A consistent back and forth. Derpy goes down, gets revived, takes out Warlock, gets revived. A very back and forth fight there.
No, exactly. That was well played by both teams. However, Pink comes out on top this time around, and now they are on the defensive. Like you said, playing more traditionally with the XP and HML comp, but see how if they can defend this point.
There's definitely still a place for double medium. We've seen a lot of people run that. Up on the roof, not a position with those shotguns that you can really contest. They want to get into those close range scenarios. But Derpy Savage, he's just running right to the middle of them. His team should have let him know where they were. Fortunately, the dome shield is enough. He's able to trade out. STN is going to get picked off on the backside. Zuki doing a lot of damage from behind. Fortunately, there's only one left. He gets the defib. It's 3 versus 1. Warlock about to go down, getting pushed into the corner, and he's going to get wiped. They're going to have another fight, but it's going to be a close one.
Yeah, they were able to kill that team rather quickly. So Orange coming in with a decent amount of time here. They have to be aggressive on these fights, kill them off quickly, and take the rest of this point. Take it home. Oh, yeah. Spawns getting some good back shots on that last fight.
And that's the problem with this full close range team, right? Is that you want your approach. You need somebody to help with the approach, and when you don't have any close range, or no long range, you have to find a way. But they did kind of their traditional approach. They went over. This time they're a little bit smarter. They're going underneath, and Pink is so far away. Why are they not there? But the mines, there's C4 doing a lot of damage. Already STN is gone. Spawns continues to dominate right now. There is a revive, but Derpy Savage is there to finish off another one. Warlock is dead. The last one is melted. just ran in, face tanked the C4, and the rest of the team played cleanup. That's going to be a cash out going. We're pushed to a cash out 3 for the final game of the day.
Pink responding on the defense. It's looking like a defensive game. Whoever gets the point first has the edge.
Especially with all those mines. If Orange ever gets this point again, good luck taking it off them.
This is a game of defense. So it's looking like this next point will be critical to see who gets this plug first. Orange getting a decent spawn on the point. Pink having to push in from the height. Spawn's getting some back shots in, some range shots. Stinky man, less than half health.
Trapped in the corner. There's nothing you can do. You get shoved in there. Both heavies with their mesh shields out. But Spawn's on the high ground again. Nice pick on STN. The Kovacs training is paying off. Looking for the second. Reloading when he needs to. Looking for his second. Picks off Brendy. Looking for the third. He's already knocked out 2. It's a 1 versus 1. Can Warlock pull this up? There goes... Oh, Warlock cannot do it. Spawns with a 3-piece. Carrying his team, put him on his back.
With the back shots. Well, that's a really good spot to be up there. Knowing that they have 3 shotguns, all you gotta do is kind of play height, play away from them. Just get your tick damage down. Spawn's playing this really well. Big brain plays by Spawn.
Yeah, somebody get this man a chiropractor. He's gonna need it after carrying this game. Fortunately, they're very close to D. They took a very long time. I have no idea what Spawns is doing there. Could have just ridden the elevator up instead. Kind of just faffed around a little bit. They are going to get a plug, but unfortunately, Orange is right there. So they're not going to have a chance to set up as well as they would like. And Orange, they have to be ready for this. Orange is going to drop this with the 3 shotguns. They don't want to take this on the roof. They're going to drop this down. Pink needs to be ready for this play. They're setting up on top of the dome. They definitely will drop with a jump pad. Pretty classic play on this point. But as we see underneath, there's the DMAT. They've dropped it down. Oh, look at that play with the jump pad. They knocked it. They tried to knock it through the wall. The steel is going to go out. There's no way to prevent this. They have to get close in against those sledges, against those shotguns. But the steel goes through. They're able to take it. Orange have this now. Sturby Savage pushing in. Does take out 1. He trades. It's now 1 versus 2. Brendy trying to survive. He gets taken out. He gets wiped. They got the steel, but couldn't deal with the firepower that came through. What a play, though. What a play.
Right, with the pad. That was insane.
Yeah. Even tried to bring that all the way through the wall. That is a set piece if I've ever seen one. Dropped it down, banked it off the goo. Oh my gosh. If that had worked, that would have been a clip for sure.
Defense proving name of the game. One more opportunity of the last match of tonight. We'll see if Brendy and the shotgun team could come out on top here. It's going to be really difficult for them.
Teams currently battling to figure out who has the biggest brain in this match. It's all going to come down to who can approach this the right way. They have 6 DMATs between them because they're running 2 mediums, so they have the ability to basically open every wall, but a lot of damage done from behind them. Spawns does have the angle. They've dropped their dome. They might be looking for a steal. There's a lot of goo on the point, but this time he's going to go ahead and sit to it. Warlock is already melted, though. It's just 2 versus 3. Can the 2 mediums hold it off? No, 1's down, 2's down. That's it. Pink holding on to this. Suzuki, Spawns, and Savage going to take the second cash out in our final match here.
Having no range versus having all of the range. I guess the range options win this time around.
Oh, but it was a close one. It was
defense
so close.
Was the name of the game. Like I
what
said,
a banger.
Defense. What a banger.
Oh my God.
That's a good way to end it on.
That was a great way to end it on. That was worth staying up because goodness gracious, what a match. That was worth it just for that last play alone. The chance that they could have gotten that bank shot through the wall, if they'd pulled that off, it would have been amazing. But goodness gracious, what a play! What a play! Don't forget to tune in next week as well. Every week at 8 p.m. EST, gonna be running these Throwdown Thursdays every single week. So make sure to drop a follow. Make sure you're here. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Had an absolute blast.
We are going to give a raid, so stay tuned. Going to give a raid. I think it's going to Brendy this time.
This isn't just a game. This is TNT. Welcome to the jungle and welcome to 8 Squad's Thursday Night Throwdown.
Featuring the game's top talent, pick up games where chimps become champions.
Thursday nights 8 to 10 p.m. every week, only on 8 Squad. Catch us live on air on Twitch at twitch.tv/8squad.